Looking for George Jones and his Trent Potteries in Stoke today, the closest you will get is the Victoria Hotel, built on the junction of Boothen Road and Fletcher Road, which was less than a stone's throw from the works. George Jones was apprenticed at Europe's largest potter Mintons in the 1830s and 1840s. He then spent 15 years as a travelling salesman for the other leading potter at the time, Wedgwood at Etruria. In 1864 he acquired vacant land next to his former employer Mintons and launched Trent Potteries in 1865. Trent Potteries had access to the Newcastle Branch Canal on one side, Minton's buildings to the north, and Boothen Road was its boundary with the road network. These are the walls of the Trent Potteries on Boothen Road. Now faded, they were decorated with the factory's more recent name, Crescent Potteries. George Jones' close relationship with the Minton pottery should not be understated. Apart from his 7 years training as an apprentice, there will have been significant movement of key workers between the two companies. Mintons were the inventors of the brightly coloured lead-glazed earthenware that became known as Majolica. It was launched to the world at the 1851 Great Exhibition at the Crystal Palace in Hyde Park and was an instant hit with the Victorian public. George Jones was an early adopter, and when he launched his first products in 1865, he quickly secured a reputation that challenged the leading Majolica manufacturers Mintons and Wedgwood. These are examples of George Jones Majolica shown in the date of registered design order. They were pictured at the Majolica Mania exhibition at the Potteries Museum and Art Gallery in Stoke in early 2023. George Jones was a prolific designer, registering 155 designs with the newly established Patent Office in the 1843 to 1883 period. This was the fourth highest of any potter in the country. His first design was registered in 1862 when he was operating at a small manufactory called the Bridge Works in Stoke. Within 10 years, the company had amassed nearly 600 employees. In addition to the diamond registration mark typical of the period, the Crescent trademark was firmly established. The advertising from George Jones and Sons in 1880 tells of their medal wins at international exhibitions, including the World Fair in South Kensington, London in 1862. In 1881, the company is recorded as employing as many as 700 workers, compared to about 1,500 for Mintons. The bright lead-based glazed Majolica, developed at first by Frenchman Léon Arnoux at Mintons, had one serious flaw. It was dangerous to the pottery workers that had to handle the product. As legislation was introduced to reduce the lead content, so the bright colours faded. Consumer tastes at the end of the 19th century also led to less demand for the Majolica product. George's two sons, Frank Ralph and George Henry, were partners in the business from 1873. With the decline of Majolica, George Jones developed a successful bone china business. At the end of the 19th century, they continued to make attractive ware with the GJ and Crescent trademark. Family participation in the company ended in 1929, and the business of George Jones and Sons started to decline alongside many other British potters. The Crescent Potteries site was lastly used by joint occupiers Coalport China and Caldon Potteries up until the 1960s. The site was finally demolished in the year 2000 to make way for the current Sainsbury's superstore. George Jones and Sons may have started in Minton's shadow, but it ended up casting one of its own. We are reminded that in Stoke's industrial heyday, even the forgotten potteries shaped the world. If you enjoyed this clip, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos of the ceramic heritage of Stoke-on-Trent. Thanks for watching.